I want to cover what's transpired within the last several weeks. As of the time of this recording, it's now April 2nd of 2024. Going back to around the time we last left off with what was going on. This was early February or so. You may recall this email from my mom, dated February 10th now, as shown on the screen. Are you getting food stamps? Answer me. And etc. etc. We may have covered this already. Well, proceeding onwards. Just so that it can be tracked and made clear and plain what it is that the man in my position has to deal with. A question posed to the universe. What is indignation? Let's find out. Now, proceeding onwards from here, I don't even have a great memory now. I don't recall if I covered this, but probably I did. We proceed from here. February 14th, I finally came around to put together, it took me days. I remember around that period of time, it took me days to be able to collect myself. Days of just me sitting there, just like, God, So I finally was able to put this together, and finally I did. Let's read it. This is in relatively short response to that email of yours and the previous email. For reasons that you may or may not fully understand or appreciate at this time, as a side note, I'm kind of reading this back to myself, reminding myself what it is exactly that I was saying, and to re-experience that which I wrote. Me now kind of also being like on the sidelines, almost as an audience member, like a fly on the wall reading this, to really behold it. I'm both in the shoes of myself, the person who's writing this with the anger I was feeling, whatever at the time, and like a past double recheck now, and I reread it out like this. Let's see. I don't miss any angles here. We got it. As I was saying, for reasons that you may not fully understand or appreciate at this time, in the context of everything I've written to you, and in the context of the entire situation, what you are writing about these things for the prior two emails of yours that are relevant, these things bring further further offense and indignation to me. Of course. No kidding, but let's find out why. See, as I go on to explain here to her, if I explained everything to you once again in writing, it would be another long email again. But I've already tried 2 long emails, as we've all seen, of course. And, resuming, let's go down to state, something is just not working with you. I've chosen instead to focus on covering just my natural feelings up until this point of time, given this, to me, insane course of conduct. What's insane to a man? Lack of full respect given to him. We've covered this in previous videos, of course. Resuming. Chosen instead, too, as a goes on state, to cover my reply, furthermore, and my sentiments. Not here, because I'm not going to do this 3rd long email, 4th long email, emails to the grave, and nothing's happened, because it doesn't break through to this woman's brain. Now, where? Within the videos that are uploaded to the playlist. Continuing. Since you gave your word, of course, as we all recall, that you would watch through and clear. Oh my God, it's funny. Guess what? As of the time of this recording, early April, has she given a sign that she's finished it all? No. Since you respect you don't pay. Since you gave your word that you would watch through and clear all of the videos that were on the playlist, I'll recall then, this is what you should do, said he again, and then for the millionth time, and then even more. Guess what? This keeps happening. Oh, help us, save us. That should be your only focus at this time. Side note, keep track of how many times I have to say this. Get it? Fucking idiots. Dummies. Good. Continuing. It is good to keep your word and to do what you are supposed to do. And it is also particularly good because these videos have to explain like a fucking idiot, and I'm even put into the position of having to even explain a millimeter of what should already be a million fucking years ago by now, fucking completely obvious to the idiots of this world. Because these videos, in their totality, are kind of comprehensive lesson in essence for you that might and definitely they should, they're supposed to, they ought to contribute to some understanding. Proceeding. I also ask you to watch the Anthony Rebuke playlist first. You recall? Proceeding. When you have finished watching this, I think, well, I was frustrated here in early mid-February. It's April now. It's the same lay of the land. I can't keep banging things around me again. God knows, someone might suddenly call the ambulance to take me to another psych ward. You people understand how this game goes? Here, I'll show you how this game goes. One moment.
There's a rule of thumb in modern society today, and it is this, that the one who gets angry is seen as the one who is creating the problem. The one who gets angry is seen as the one who started the conflict. The one who gets angry is the one who is seen as bad and wrong. And the one who gets angry is the one who loses in the end. Whether or not any of what I've just mentioned is actually true or not. The sad reality is that in society, people can use this truth as a smokescreen for their own dysfunctional behavior and patterns.
Aha. Now that's the point she's trying to make here, of course.
They can employ all kinds of damaging behaviors.
Right.
All kinds of
exactly what I've been saying. Yeah, continuing.
Patterns that destroy things.
Yeah, like the relationships that you have with your own children. Yeah.
They can be pretty malicious, actually. But it doesn't matter, as long as the other person is the one that gets mad. I want you to sit with this.
See, that's the sickness. Do bizarrely damaging things to people, then they, because of what's natural, become angry, and then you go, oh, why are you so angry? Oh, cuckoo, cuckoo. That's the cuckoo element. And may this manipulation be, in essence, this disregard, this sick disregard of life and dignity of man and dignity of humanity, is going to be shown. May the whole world get to fucking behold this. This is my deepest wish. In the event that this woman is not completely, when there's no sign of it, she's not completely remorseful, that me and a witness would both certify, like, wow, that is actually genuinely, two people have to be able to certify that she's completely, genuinely, totally, 100% remorseful. If it's 99, not good enough. You're toast. We continue. Further, I'll go on here to explain, as I was saying. When you're finished watching that playlist, the Anthony Rebuke playlist, I ask you to let me know when. And we recall that at the original time that she reached out, she said something like, oh, I'm going to do this as a sign of respect, so I should be done next weekend or something like this. So let's just add on a little extra grace period. Let's just say 2 weeks-ish, or maybe a little more. So at any period of time, when this is set out, even if she had a brain lapse, an aneurysm, a lobotomy, and then reset her brain, and then, oh, whoops, I don't know, oh, let me just start again. At any given point in time, it should still be what? 2 weeks expectation. Because again, on the top there, it says February 14th. Yeah, okay. Vomit, vomit, vomit. This is respect. This is gaslighting. It's called, this is her idea of respect. I said I'm going to respect you. And then she shows what her idea of respect looks like. It's all of this. It's the circus. Continue. Continuing. Hate this shit. Let me go further explain here. Then, you should proceed with watching the Rebuke of Barbara Winslow playlist. That is, watch it in order from wherever you last left off all the way until the end. You have to explain these types of things to people. You think they would get it, but then they keep not getting it from the fruits. Tell tree by its fruits. You see the gas, they're like, oh, you're retarded. Okay, have to explain it like you're a more baby, and then even more retarded baby, and then more retarded baby. We continue. Watch it in order from wherever you last left off all the way to the end. Continuing. I insist that you do not go out of order. Do you know what regard and respect means? Then you do what you're supposed to do. Nothing else. That's what love for a man is through the form of respect. Two types of gasoline, you have jet fuel. Which one runs your car? Which one runs airplanes? Don't mix the two. Get it? When you are done with that playlist, then it can be possible to resume discussing anything. What's the implication? It is impossible to even resume discussing anything if she hasn't done this. Why? Because that's where the communication route is. And not watching my videos is blocking communication. See it? Communication is about what? The matter at hand, the crux of important things. Continuing. Goes on to state here. Lastly, regardless of what you stated to me about trying to dissuade me from turning to witnesses, which is insane, again, crazy, selfish, bizarre, manipulative, more gaslighting, more control frame tactics, which don't work, but you're pathetic for even trying. You must be punished more karmically. God continues to wrench the clamp more, squeeze their soul out. I say this is contextually offensive and situationally dumb thing for me to do. Whether I should just abandon having wait, look how crazy this is, huh? Or the hell would I not to get someone to make sure to see how crazy this is? What are you doing to human beings? Your own children? I want to say I will of course involve a witness. So this is to show you that you even dream to suggest anything the opposite. You should be smashing your own head in with an iron. Because you never punish yourself, nor can anyone else around punish you. This is how you set up your life, in a sick insulation chamber that the sickness survives. Parasites protect themselves. They don't love, oh, I am a parasite, then I should die on principle. They don't do that. Parasites love life too, get it? So do sickos like you. Continue. I'll go on to say this is for many reasons. One of the main ones is simply that not having a witness with you with all this doesn't work. I don't know how else to say. Continuing. Meeting with you, furthermore, which is what she went on to suggest here and there, all completely in deviation to what was framed earlier. Never ends. The offense. Meeting with you, goes on to say here, cannot happen unless or until you have made a full and genuine repentance. Earth to everybody to Barbara. Does the brain open finally? And furthermore, apologies as well to both me and to Anthony. For appropriately and wrongly doing what? Exactly right, everybody. This is the relevancy tied again. So we can't meet until you atone for violating my dignity with respect to the previous opportunity I gave you to meet, and you essentially spat on that. Now you have to pay. I can never meet in life on earth, ever, till you practically are dying on the altar of self-sacrifice. I am the stupidest woman ever for refusing to meet with Anthony and Jonathan on Labor Day weekend. Hey, and then have a rope around your neck and be with like a gas lighter to your face, almost ready to burn it off. Then we'll finally stop you and take the gas lighter away from your hand. Right at the moment before you're actually really finally about to pull it. It's okay. Now you can perhaps begin to possibly think about what is forgiveness for you. Not forgive. Oh, no. We're not even close to forgiveness. To begin holding the beginnings of the process of atonement as possibly being valid. You get the torturous hell that will be almost as if practically never ending for you. That's the price for offending your son even one day, once, with one thought, 1 second, microsecond, ever. And you did this to me. You made me this hard and dry and stone cold. There's no one else to blame. Continuing. It goes on to state here. There's also another problem regarding the fact that you promised some letters to make. We all recall? Uh-huh. Yeah, which never came. This also is unacceptable. Now, everybody, watch what happens when the bad woman is chastised. Does she understand? Oh, oh no, wait a minute. Oh.
Help! What's going on? Babe, help me! I got you, but I need you to do something for me. What? Admit you were wrong. Never. See, I knew it. I knew it.
Meeting with you furthermore cannot happen unless or until you have made a full and genuine repentance and apologies to both me and Anthony for inappropriately and wrongly canceling the meeting in May, as it went on there to proceed, as I stated, and then again on Labor Day weekend during last year. Continuing, there's also another problem regarding the fact that you promised some letters to make which never came. I read this already, and this also is unacceptable. More will have to be said about this soon, perhaps when you're finished with what I've asked you to do up until now. It's still, why isn't this finished yet? Oh, okay. It's not okay, actually, but we're gonna. And this is how these people survive. They're swine. You give them pearls, and it's pearls before swine. I tell her to make it clear, to make it clear again. You cannot just, do whatever you want. There is moral law. It comes from God. When you break it, your life will be broken, metaphysically, karmically, spiritually speaking. It's as simple as this. Doubt it? Look at the physical manifestation that corresponds to that. You like it? All atonement and repentance needs to be made for any corresponding benefit or privilege to even become possible to consider as being possible to having those restored. That's all for now. The rest of my sentiments are available on the playlist. I think I did cover this. I had a memory issue already. And then her reply to this was, "Oh, do this, do that. I got crazy ideas. Take them seriously." Or it's the same crap again. So here's what I wrote back to her. This I might not have remembered. I don't believe I covered this. So here we go. If you are writing this to me now, that's the entirety. There's nothing else. There's nothing else in here that addresses anything that's important here, right? Normal people would say, "Oh my God, you're right, my son. How could I? I'm sorry. I reassure you." But no, just do this, do that. I got nothing else to say about anything. Like, all right, so kill yourselves. Figuratively speaking, at the very least. Karmically speaking, you're already screwed. You continue. I write to here. If you are writing this to me now, then it appears that you do not get it. Why is it this wrong? This which you are doing right now? This? How is it wrong and offensive within context? Everybody else in the world observing this understands. Because it makes the blood boil. For reasons that should be obvious, I think. But it's not obvious to her. More sickness never ends. Continue. Is writing this here, this, there, from her, okay, to me, at this time, in this manner, with this precise context applying over our situation that within which we're in right now, given everything that's happened, respectful? If not, and if it isn't, then if this this surely one of the several reasons why this is surely one of the several reasons why this kind of outreach to me here by you is offensive, is immoral, and is ultimately wrong. Because it's indignation. That's why. Continue. Again, chastisement and rebuke have to be implemented again. Bedbasha. Bedbasha. Do not write to me with stuff like, does she understand English? You're going to see, you just don't. Is not understanding. Okay? I implicitly trusted you enough to even permit email exchanges. Remember, everybody? And she started reaching out to me about a month prior to this time, by around mid to late January. Please listen to me, please. Oh, hi. Yeah? Yeah? Again. Because I trusted her enough to even permit myself to write a fucking, even a word? I'm only more. The evil maggots only eat your flesh more than a month later. I'm more worn out by that fact. Someone taking a fucking brain school. Fucking idiots. You understand how to suffer? Someone make her suffer. I implicitly trusted you enough, as I've said here, to even permit email exchanges. And once again, I lose for being the one who trusted you, because it goes on to say, you simply abuse the opportunity that was extended to you to engage with me in a manner that brings, because of the way you treat me, you just instead bring me indignation to one in my position. We proceed once again. If you do not apologize, and especially if you do not cease this kind of behavior, but somehow, some motherfucking galaxies have exploded in supernovas in the mind of how it could be even possible for one broken woman anywhere to do the same fucking thing again. Somehow, God forbid, end up writing to me once more with something that is unfit within context morally. Once again, you will run the risk of being blocked on here. Repeating myself there after one more time, as if it helps. You are wrong for writing that to me. Get why everybody else on earth does have to take this, keep punching it into fucking AI? If you don't get it by now, kill yourselves. If you can't figure out how, as it goes on to say here, how it is that you are wrong for writing this to me, turn to someone who can explain it to you after they review everything. I'm tired of these offenses. Wow, interesting. This is the end of the thread. So let's see if there's another offense. Where's the offense imbued? Okay, if I wrote that to her on October 18th, this is serious. This is serious. If you get a message like that from your grown son, who's a grown man, who's 35 years old, and he's the eldest male in your family line, and this is the message he asked for you, it's not because of nothing. It's because you fucking deserved it, and you should be involuntarily squeezing your stomach every night as you punch yourself in the face because of how disgusting you feel for violating man's dignity even once. You should be screaming at, I'm the worst mother in the world. Yes, that's what makes you good. When you scream from realization, but when you're blocked yourself, you don't know yourself, you're dead already, then you should be dead. Let's go see if that, what the very next thing from her was, because maybe, my God, it's like, this is serious. It's like, I gotta respond to my son. Oh my God, finally did he wake me up? My God, let's see. February 18th, let's go see. 5 days go by. She says nothing. You fucking get it? So there's another school shooting right there, spiritually. Just because you didn't show your love and dignify the man, you piece of fuck. Every woman is spiritually getting her head cracked because of you right now. 4 billion women are cursed today because of you. And they have no one to turn to except to you. Why did you fail us, Barbara? You are one of us. Lilith will be killed. And check out my other videos, whether it's further uploaded or already uploaded, upcoming. This is a reference to something else that karmically, spiritually connects to what I'm saying, what I'm getting at. The reason I'm talking like this and saying this. So, what does the son do? 5 days later, what do? You send a follow-up. Plus, there's other things that are relevant that actually, I really shouldn't have to write to her, but you gotta write what's relevant. Administrative matters, you see. That's it. Once again, I've needed to pay people for their services in reviewing moral controversies, particularly the one involving Anthony. As it happens, I need to pay them more than 50 each. Screenshots attached, yada yada. I'm letting you know. I'm asking her, please cover this, because this is something I need to cover. I wasn't getting enough. I had barely to eat. I was borderline starving at this time, etc., etc. And then I asked finally, have you completed watching the 18 hours for the Anthony playlist? This is the main question. And noteworthy, I'm having to reach out to these people to pay them from Craigslist because the mother, who this is even about, has failed to uphold her duty to take a look at all of this. You see? So of course the price goes on you, because if it wasn't for you, your error, there would have been no need for them. Everything makes sense when you follow man's mind. And we continue on, and then she writes back the next day. Context alarm, context. This is the first response we're getting from the email before that we just showed. Oh, of course. Should be heartfelt. Should be acknowledging my son. My God, I've been sitting here in a cloud of crying for the last 5 days. I cannot. That's what you would expect if it's normal, right? No. Here you go. Hi. I'll be done with the video by next weekend. Ooh, a promise. She's still not done with the videos. 5 times the amount of time that she promised for this duration. As a spoiler alert. Can you people hang yourselves off of bridges? You continue. You told me there's a lady who charged $200-300 for watching all the videos. Oh, now I see more people asking for payments. She goes on, I'm not in a position to pay hundreds of... See, it doesn't matter. Man's mind is an extension of God. The holiest, godliest thing you have, the only hope for on this planet is that you... Man's the only way you can connect to God, stupid. You have only your dark puddles without us. You have nothing, you fucking idiots. Because you're brainless. It's so obvious. I could point at it and exactly show why. And only excuses. No, I'm not... See, the context here. I'm not going to... See what you get? Shit is all you get. I'm not going to show... I've been crying for the last days. No, you get only... I'm too big. I'm too important. I'll tell you what your place is. I will correct you. I will be your stopper and enforcer. Anyone who has a fucking ounce of empathy wiring in their brains, as superficially horrifying as beholding what I'm showing on this end is, in context, and always within context, otherwise you're neurotypical, don't even qualify yourself for consideration of any of this. Super context tells you, she's always on for everything. That's an open brain. That's it. You continue. More bullshit, more bullshit. I asked you if you're going to get a food service. You'll never answer me. Why not? Is this respect, ladies and gentlemen, or is this a lack of respect? This is what's the right. So you see the thick, bold words, the scary words from man that told you you are bad. You cannot. No, the moment you're so hardened inside, they go, ha ha ha. A man told me he's bad. Ha ha. I don't even lose any sleep over it. You're already dead. Karmically, spiritually. Fucking idiots. Why not? Please do it. I'm not your slave. I curse you every day because you don't bow to death. Fuck, but you drive me to make these kinds of intense expressions because you didn't honor me at the threshold right before it got to this insanity. You are the fucking provoker of all this. If one in my position, not me, but one in my general position with a similar situation were to just go out and be the school shooter, you would be the reason why, you fucking piece of shit, flaming shit. The fuck is this? Zero. You don't do the only thing woman was designed to do. Why was Eve created from Adam? To be an etzer. You are not being an etzer here, so you're useless for Earth. You're nothing anymore. Your only function is with respect to Adam, nothing else. Whether you're a wife, woman, mother, daughter, sister, fix yourselves, corrupt shits. And then the shit at the end. All I want the best for you. La 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 la. Get back to you next week, and after I watched all the videos, stay well. Yeah. She didn't finish watching the videos. It's not 1 week later, it's 5-6 weeks later. No. Heart attack, heart attack, heart attack, heart attack, heart attack. It should kill you to fucking even behold that you have made your son guilty of... No, excuse me, I'm not guilty. You are guilty for having driven me to this intensity. I hate it. Any man, his heartbeat goes up to 99 beats per minute. You're seeing it now. Why? Because you're not worshiping me as God. God is God to Adam. Adam is God to you, basically. Learn it or die, spiritually, figuratively speaking. No one misses you. Anyone listening goes, as terrible as it is, lady, you fucking deserve 100% of that, because we've watched this whole shit all along. And lady, you're fucking retarded. So, let's see what the response is. Hi, I'd like to make things clear. Firstly, the price for one woman to watch these videos is just what I told you. There's one woman who's attending to the matter between the mother here, you, and me, the son here. That's the one attending to. That's the matter here, who'll be owed $350 upon completion. She'll be done in about 3 weeks or so, likely. I'm having a hard time reaching this woman, by the way. It's been a couple weeks or more since I've been trying to get a phone call with her. I haven't gotten one. I don't know. I'm on the threshold of complaining, but let's give it one more additional grace period. And see, having an insane, abusive mother like this trains me, because I've survived this. It's like most other people's abuses are very fucking easy. Like that bitch didn't call me 5 times in a row. Like, now that just mostly rolls off my back like water off a duck's back. Because the more abuse... See, women are only good at abuse today. We continue. I won't complain yet. Some people have their schedules and stuff. We're on the edge, though. Maybe a couple weeks is a little... It's almost unreasonable. If I mention this again in another video upcoming, then I'll have a right to complain then. Hopefully there won't be any need. As of the time of this recording, we're on April 2nd. Enough said. I'm proceeding. As I continue to write to her here. Beyond this, what have I just reached out to you about in the most recent email I sent to you last night? That's just this one here. quite simply. Essentially, that I have brought on people, other people as it happens, to review the Anthony matter, and not the you matter. That one is, I was going to say, different from your matter, and is also much shorter. For 2 witnesses on that, I'm paying about 50 each only for them. Anything unreasonable about this? I think not. Of course, we continue. But if it is true or fair to state that this is not unreasonable, then you hear indignation alarm. Indignation alarm. Have just become guilty of additional offense or inconsideration. That's what makes your life useless or useful. That's what gives you human value or not human value. It's such an easy one code. Literally, if I wrote it one place once and set it on the highest mountain and it rules humanity, you are perfected now for the first time ever. Since Moses and beyond. Truly, that's a true statement. Amen. The whole law will be refined. We continue. So, as it goes on to say, you here have just become guilty of additional blood boiling, additional aneurysm, vein swelling in the forehead, reading this shit. This should be printed on toilet paper. This is the only fucking fit use for it. People learn your place in this world yet? It's called love each other or kill yourselves. Love us or kill yourselves. It's such a simple equation. The whole damn game was yin and yang and how we interrelate in all our various forms. It was the only thing of the entire universe that ever mattered ever to begin with, ever. To the end. And forever. The minute you fuck it up, the whole universe can implode. It doesn't matter. All you had to do was one fucking job. All you were incarnated on here, this planet incarnation, was for one fucking job. Be properly. Be properly. God. But we all know that. Those of us who are super enlightened. We continue. The question is thereafter posed, as she became guilty of additional offense or inconsideration. Of course. What is this nagging, criticizing tone that you have dreamed of even being capable of taking on after I wrote all that other stuff from that other prior email before this? Do you see the mind blow that it takes that you are even capable once? Every king, every man is a vicious tyrant and a king. But we've set up a funny world. It's the world where you forgot what brutalization is. Moshiach is almost here. We won't have to worry about the corrupt ways are allowed to become corrupt for a reason by the forces that have been setting it this way on purpose. There'll be a debriefing when Moshiach comes, plus a lot of difficulties. And they prophesy about this too. Every letter of the law, every letter of the prophecies will be coming true, I guarantee you. Returning to this matter here, and the question is after posed. Do you think that it is appropriate for you to criticize what I'm doing? This is the flaming mind blow. Do not criticize in form nor in substance, for it says in the Bible that it is in essence unmerited criticism that causes you to yourself become condemned. That there is the offense and the, as it goes on to say here, insult to me. If I am managing the important aspects of life precisely in the way that I am managing it, I should not be hearing anything, not a peep, out of anyone generally, of course, as a generality, but especially not out of the person who's in the kind of deep trouble and problematic history that is you are the lowest of the crust, scum, barrel, level, nothing, poor. Your problem is that you are too comfortable permitting a form of conduct and a form of speech to come out from your mouth or from yourself, that is, allow something that is unfit to even be heard or received in any way by the other person that you're dreaming. Crack them! Crack them! The only way people learn is through suffering, through pain. It really looks that you just are not gonna get it until God and the people you offend are both through jointly created jurisdiction over your soul, crashing into repeated consequences onto your head, until you're horrified standing on this earth, screaming in terror at what is happening. Do not bring indignation to human beings. Read Psalm 109 here to understand man's natural response to even being given mere indignation recklessly by somebody else, by anybody else. And watch the accompanying short video that describes that psalm with some commentary alongside. Wow, we have 2 links here. Let's go check this out. You allow me to live with brain damage, rolling around in feces and rat shit and mouse shit and mice and fucking, you don't even fucking know, and you don't give a shit, and you want to look good, and you're cursed. You're under the ground already spiritually. You're just walking around like a zombie here.
So, chapter 109, again, למנצח לדוד מזמור, אלוהי תהילתי אל תחרש.
Here's something that King David himself, interesting fact, literally that's someone who's all of our ancestors, like all of us are descended from him. That's our great-grandfather. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Here's what he wrote while he was king. Oh Lord, this is the King James version. There's other ones that are, let me see a little bit. Here's one version of it. Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise. Hold it not. For the why? This is the beginning of. People think curses are bad. I'm going to be teaching a lot of people soon how these things really work. One of the things I figured after my super high GABA B upregulation and consequent experience afterwards during this whole framework. Curses are a natural part of the grand equation, that if you fail to utilize them at all appropriate junctures, that's like failing to remember to wipe your butt when you shit. It's not going to go good for you. You don't really understand. Even what Christ said and how it was interpreted, and you don't really get it. And boy, do my curse, I shouldn't even have to say, it's already known. Boy, do my curses land. It freaks people out. We continue. So, one might think, oh, well, those are bad. The Bible doesn't endorse curses, does it? Yeah, it does. An entire chapter of the Old Testament is basically a memorialized curse. You're reading it now. Who did it? A bad guy? No, King David, a good guy. What? Yeah. Now you can open up your eyes. Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise. For them, why? Because someone decided to kill you? Because someone decided to do something? The rabbi we're about to see is going to explain it, but I want you guys to experience this full. Hold not thy peace, O God of my praise, for the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful have been opened against me. Why do you think one of the highest forms of sin in the old ancient framework is slander. And slander probably defined as not false statements that impact your reputation. Oh, it could be true. It's still, if you've spoken, it impacts your reputation in a negative way. Even if it's true, you've just slandered, and that's the highest sin. It's mind blowing. It's correct. He goes on to state, for they have spoken against me with a lying tongue. That's even worse if it's a falsely based slant, in essence, that, upon which someone tries to speak to generate some crap, which is all you see from these types, the deflectors of the world, right? He continues. They compassed me about also with words of hatred, and they fought against me, as my mom fought against me, in essence, without a cause, properly speaking, without a proper cause. Creating jurisdiction for curses, creating jurisdiction for curses. You see, in exchange for, it goes on to say, my love, they are my adversaries. So instead of slaying them myself to get the bloody hands of mine, my hands bloody, no, I give myself unto direct metaphysical communication line between me and God. That's how he gets you. Goes on to say, and they have rewarded me evil for my good and hatred for my love. Where in the New Testament, the corresponding parallel is they acted like swine. They gave me swine behavior in exchange for the pearl I put before them. The curse begins, guys. Hey, God, set a wicked one over that one, and let Satan stand by that one's right hand. Enjoy. Whenever he shall be judged, let him get screwed. And let his nice, they want to pray, say I pray, or to God, or to Jesus, I'm so nice. Turn your prayer into sin and blood and death. Hey God, let his days be few. That's a death curse. King David sent the death curse. And simply let another take whatever office that person holds. And in case you didn't get it, it's a death curse, try again in the next verse. Let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. It means drop fucking dead. Why? Because you killed somebody around me? No. Because you merely pissed me off. That is offense. That is sin. Sin is angering people without cause. See the world you have out here? The less God connection you have, the more it looks like the annoying place that everyone fucking hates when they walk outside and look around. You're all driven crazy because you all have each other's company. Figure it out. The curse continues. Let his children be continually vagabonds, and let them beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Continue. Let the extortioner catch all that he has, and let strangers spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him. Neither let there be any to favor his own fatherless children. They're fatherless because he's dead. You don't have to be the school shooters. You understand? It's more impressive when you do it this way. You will come into my kingdom now, and the whole world will be fucking mine. Not exactly yet, but hang in there. Almost there. God willing. Almost, but some things in the way first. Yeah, we continue. Let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. That's terror. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. No redemption, only paying the price. Long memory, inescapable fate. Let them be before the Lord continually, those iniquities, that he may cut off the memory of those people from the earth. By cutting their descendants off forever, will be gone. Because that he remembered not to show mercy. When I myself write emails saying, don't treat me like this, don't do this, use your brain, consider something else, and you just get more and more of the same. This is nice. This is yin energy. This is nourishing, nurturing, maternal energy. This is merciful. This is grace. No. You'll be crushed. Not by me alone directly, by the one who sent me. Because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man. That is to say, I can't leave it with that statement alone. I'm compelled to say, that will be the fate if there's no repentance. It is possible to have an opportunity preserved if the most genuine repentance imaginable is here. This much is true, and this much is the final warning that must take place now. But because that one remembered not to show mercy, we persecuted whoever it is with non-ending wearing, and if you're a man, indignation makes our heartbeats go up. That's offense, so you must die. We go to war about it. Women don't war in that way. We do, because you're killing us when you don't worship us. Everything's gonna break now. The whole grand equation. All the karma of all the people on the earth, what they've been doing is collected in a big bowl. Eventually God says, it's almost time. The slingshot, the weight of this is the slingshot that's about to be pounded back on the earth, and it's almost ready. I promise you. He remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. I've been broken in heart, obviously, from dealing with this woman. And when she beholds that I've been broken in heart, and she still doesn't even do anything, such as to slay me too. In essence, in spirit. And he loved cursing. That is, he loved either cursing literally or otherwise just simply condemning, criticizing, or essentially wishing ill or allowing ill to befall upon me. Yeah, with brain damage, I've been allowed to rot basically alone in my own apartment, treated under the false slant as the bad one. Oh, you're done. So in the same way, in that way, let it come back onto him or onto that one. As he essentially either delighted not in giving the good or in blessing, so let blessings and good things be far from that one. As he clothed himself with cursing or condemning as if it was your clothing, in a way that was not properly doable, just with contempt and other. Even if you endorse, hey, listen, my mom endorsed my mother endorsed her boyfriend to come down here and tell me I would leave you to die. So he basically cursed me, and she didn't overturn it, so she endorsed it. So it's the same as if it came from her. So you clothe yourself with this as a garment and don't fucking rip it off of you? So that in the same way, let exactly that come into your own bowels like fucking water, and like oil into his bones or your bones. In other words, it will get in. You will be soaked and enraptured by it. Let it be unto that one as the garment which covered him. The same curses, the same misery to get back to you. Everything you've done for me, let it come back to you. And for a girdle wherewith he is girded continually, you can never get it off of you. Let this be the reward of my adversaries. That'll be your reward from the Lord. And all of them that simply do what? You spoke negatively about me. You said one thing ever, even once, to anybody once, your whole life becomes blotted out. You understand God now? But you do this for me, O God, as it continues to state. For your name's sake, you will do it. Because it's part of your programming. It's part of your matrix encoding. This works. The rest of you don't even understand to call in this function to run it on people in society. You don't know how to do this. Because your mercy is good. What's mercy? It's making sure they pay the price. Them receiving that long way round circle coming full way round back to them is how one gets delivered. That is God delivering us, vindicating us. Do this for me, God. For, as it goes on to state here, I am poor and needy. Exactly like this son of David here is too. The one speaking now. And my own heart is wounded within me. I am gone like the shadow when it declineth. I am tossed up and down as a locust. That's how I've been left. My knees are weak through fasting, and literally the same is true for me, and my flesh faileth of fatness. I became also a reproach unto them. When they looked upon me, they shake their heads. That's the kind of setting that you have all set for me. Help me, O Lord. Help me, my God. Save me according to thy mercy. Why? And for what? That they may know that this is your hand, that you, God, are the one who has done this to them, that which they are about to get from you, God. Let them curse, or let them try, or let them continue along those lines, but simply cause it that it is manifested blessings only for me instead, in essence. When they arise, let them be ashamed. Let that be the fate that ultimately befalls them. But let thy servant here rejoice. Let mine adversaries be clothed with shame when this is all said and done. They will get the short end of the stick. And let them cover themselves with their own confusion. Because that's exactly what happens at the end of those people. Who at the end, after it's all said and done, what, how, what, why, I don't understand. Why did it happen this way? Ha 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 ha. It'll never end. Clothed and covered with their own confusion as with a mantle. I will greatly praise the Lord with my mouth. Yeah, I will praise him among the multitude. His praise among this multitude shall come from my voice. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor to save him from those that condemn his soul. This is called teaching you how to overturn it and net out the equation correctly. This is saving them from those that condemn the soul. Figure it out.
My God, don't be silent when our enemy torturing us. כי פי רשע ופי מרמה עלי פתחו. Their filthy mouth, wicked mouth, with their lies, they open their mouths against me. They speak lies against me. דברי שנאה סבבוני, words of hate around me, וילחמוני חינם. They fight me for nothing. תחת אהבתי הסתנוני ואני תפילה. I love them, and in return they return to me hate. And what do? I don't retaliate. I only pray. I count on you. וישימו עלי רעה תחת טובה. They pay me bad for good. ושנאה תחת אהבתי, and hate for my love. הפקד עליו רשע ושטן יעמוד על ימינו. Send them wicked people like them to fight them, that they will understand what they are. Send them midah keneged midah. Send the Satan to teach them a lesson. וישפטו יצא רשע ותפילתו תהיה לחטאה. Once they will get judged, he will be guilty, wicked. And all his requests from you, Hashem, will turn into death. Not only they won't receive anything, they will owe. יהיו ימיו מעטים. Listen carefully to this mizmor. This mizmor, I'll explain to you in the end what was written about. You'll be shocked. It says, make sure that their children are orphans. His days are very, very short. Let them die young. פקודתו ייקח אחר. All his wealth will fall in the hands of someone else. Their children will be orphans and their wives will be widows. They will go from one place to another with no place to live. The people that will chase them will get everything that they had. ויבוזו זרים יגיעו. They get robbed. Whatever they ever earned will be robbed. אל תהי לו משה חסד. Don't ever give him kindness or mercy. ואל יכונן ליתומיו. Don't have mercy on his orphans. What kind of mizmor is this? Listen to this. The worst curses a person can kill someone. It's right here. And this is one of the holiest people that ever lived on earth, ever.
Are you getting that? During that time that you finally realize how the life in the Matrix actually properly worked. All lost the manual.
The entire world. Imagine if a rabbi would come and give a speech like this. Speaking about someone specifically and begin to shoot. I wish him to die young. I wish his wife to be widow. I wish his children to be orphans. Please, God, don't have mercy on these children. Let them run from one place to another while their enemies chasing them and get everything they had. Whoa, people will get, what kind of curses is this? Right? Wait, it did not finish yet. His hand will be cut and destruction. בדור אחר יימח שמם. That's where this expression comes from. In a generation after, their memory will be wiped out. Not only kill them young, not only don't have mercy on them, not only all the things that they own will be robbed by enemies, and the next generation make sure that their name will never be remembered by anyone. That's what it means, יימח שמו. When they say about a person, his name should be forgotten. ייזכר עוון אבותיו אל השם. The sins of his fathers will always be in front of you, Hashem. וחטאת אמו אל תימח, and the sins of his mother. יהיו נגד השם תמיד. Always when you have a decision to make about them, remember the sins of the parents. ויחרט מארץ זכרם, destroy the memory from the earth. Why all of this? Why would you curse a person such curses? Why? What's the worst thing a person can have done for you that you will curse him such curses? You may think he killed your children, God forbid. It's okay, he killed your children, it's full of anger.
Yeah, some people, spiritually, in essence, figuratively speaking, are killing their own children.
And pain, so he kills him back. No, we understand. Or it's another Hitler that killed millions of people, so you kill him like that, you curse him like that. Or Saddam Hussein or Hamas. No, fine. They deserve all the curses, Imach Shimam. But David HaMelech, who did he curse like this? Who would he curse like this? Who? You're never going to believe this. Never in your whole life. Do you know who he cursed? He cursed me, he cursed him, he cursed him, he cursed her, he cursed every one of us. This is about us, this Mizmor. He cursed every person in this world, everyone. Why? Why would he curse us like this? Listen to the next verse. Why? Because that we did not, Ya'an asher lo zachar asot chased. People that did not do kindness, selfish.
Exactly. That's all it takes to open up the karmic window for you to receive the curse, properly speaking, and I'm wash my hands of it. There's no kickback for me. God honors this system of currency, energetic currency. You people need to finally re-wake up to the grand truth of all
Egoistic. Don't help others. Don't volunteer. Don't do anything for others. Only everyone. For me, I am nothing for others. Every person that doesn't do chesed is taking chas v'shalom these curses. God forbid. Listen. He gives some more descriptions about what he's talking about. Va'erdof ish ani. They run after poor, weak people. Ve'evion, someone who has nothing. Ve'niche levav lemotet. His heart is broken. Say, when will I die already? After people like this, they run.
Yeah, same, exactly this. Fucking hell.
ויאהב כללה ותבואהו. Same way he went after people, that's what he should get. ולא חפץ בברכה ותרחק ממנו. He didn't want blessing, that's why the blessing should go away from him. וילבש כללה כמדו. His uniforms, his curses, that's what he wanted, that's what he's gonna get. ותבוא כמים בקרבו וכשמן בעצמו.
Exactly right. Gave him plenty, multiple fair warnings all over the place, and after years and years and years, they don't change anything. It's the same patterning of the same spirit behind the behavior as it continues. So you seal the deal.
The curse should enter his body like water and like oil in his bones. ותהי לו כבגד יעטה. And it will be like an outfit that he wears. ולמזח תמיד יחגריה, like a belt that you put. The Gemara says, 3 people לא שלט בהם היצר הרע. אברהם, יצחק and Yaakov did not have יצר הרע. They defeated their evil inclination completely. How do you defeat your evil inclination? According to Kabbalah, the secret is in one verse in the Torah. When they speak about a slave, Eved Ivri, 6 years he would work, and in 7 days he will go out free. He will be free. So the secret here, according to Kabbalah, is that if a Jew is a servant of his Yetzer Hara for 6 years, meaning he's fighting against his Yetzer Hara, not to fall in his hands. If 6 years you fight strongly against the Yetzer Hara, after 7 years he leaves you alone. He cannot defeat you anymore. The Satan understands not to mess with you. I tried 6 years, does not work. This guy does not surrender to me ever. He leaves you for the rest of your life. That's it. All the fights that you had for the 6 years, to do, not to do, to take, not to take, to give, not to give, it's gone.
And it's so funny, I have to say again. After the Coleman, what happened to me in 2016, it took 6 years additionally of me kind of in this transient period of time, similar to what's being described here. And literally within the 7th year after that, which would be just about the previous year before this one, from there, starting out there, it all just, and the energy came around full circle. The channel opened up just about, if I could even say, almost virtually, almost fully. Say it that way, and it just clicked to the next level, so to speak. It's hard to even use words to say it like this. To say it with these words, you can't use words to describe it at all. It's insufficient. But we continue for now.
Your life is a lot easier when it comes to resistance. So the Gemara says, Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and there's one opinion, ויש אומרים אף David, and also David. How David? Because of this verse, שנאמר, וליבי חלל בקרבי. My body doesn't have a heart, meaning the evil inclination is inside the heart. Libi halal, halal, it's empty. Halal they call universe, that there's nothing there, universe. Things that are empty. Empty. Halal bekirbi. When I said before that he kills each one of us, God forbid, I don't want you to get the wrong impression. Obviously, no intention to curse anybody. But the idea was that when he was speaking all these horrible things, what was on his mind for not doing chesed? You may think he killed someone who's a murderer, someone that is an idol worshipper, all kinds of things like that. But in the end, you wonder to yourself, what was the reason of all these curses? Why? Shelo zachar asot chesed. A person that does not do chesed. The Gemara says, when Mashiach comes,
when Messiah comes, the final Messiah, this Messiah ben David, the Messiah who stands in the karmic footsteps bearing the mantle of this King David, bearing the same energy, the same metaphysical programming. They all knew this. Thousands of years they've been talking about it.
Only two things can save a human being from the horrible war that would happen in a war. Two things. What are they? Torah and Gemilut Chasadim. Torah, not everyone can learn. Not everyone is smart. Not everyone is focused. Not everyone can sit for hours.
But in short, if you can't even figure out how to treat people kindly, with kindness, true, genuine kindness, not the fake kindness of narcissistic patterning and addiction and psycho, ego holding, control freak shit, and you're going down. And that's that. This was what was sent to her and incorporated by reference within the email, within the content of the message that was sent to her, substantively speaking. Extremely powerful stuff. So we sent her a previous highly, highly powerful message. No response. Insufficient response. And then when a response came days later to another thing I had to send to fucking poke the bear to even get it to even realize whether or not it's awake, it'll just go, the flipping addiction resumes. So now, next level. Boom, boom. There's no escaping the higher steepening levels of pressure that accumulate until you bow properly. want the audience to keep this in mind. This is the level we're at now. Now, imagine you're the woman, you're the mother. You're seeing all this. So again, if you're human, if your soul's worth keeping around on this earth, because you still have vitality, you're alive, you're connected to God. If you are, even 1% should be, oh my God. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I should be running, screaming in the streets. Oh my God, oh my God. Is that what we see? I'll finish for narrating this email, and then we're going to find out. We're going to judge to see, is this still a human being we're dealing with? Yeah. We continue. Flat out. The problem is you have no respect. This is why all of this keeps getting thrown back, circling back around you over and over and over again. You're not showing kindness to the person who is in my position, where you owed this kindness, but you failed to ensure that it would be given. You're liable. That's it. Continuing. And also, a fee should be the one you agreed upon, she says to me. I'm quoting back her. Who the hell are you that you are talking to like this? Who do you think you're talking to like this? You're telling me how to manage my affairs? Yeah, the fee should be the one you agreed upon. Wherever that was taken from that previous email from her. It's more offense. Have to always correct every single one meticulously, again, and never ends till they're broke, until they crush them faster. Continuing, talking to me like I am not doing everything with full sense and awareness and intelligence to a man is disgusting and an insult. True. Continuing. Regarding your question of food stamps, I indicated to you that I would respond to what you wrote before within the videos. Yes, I did say that. We all recall. Okay. So remember, that too, just stating that again is another blowing offense. Just nothing. Nothing. If I say, blue, red, green, these types are for the King David curse. There's nothing for you in this world anymore. You don't belong here. But you choose that for yourself. Because no one ever corrected you ever to this point in this life. It's very, very, very sad. I continue to say, yep, so this is exactly what I did then, of course. Exactly what I said I would do. Which you then should respect. Why? Because this is a word. It was given. Full stop. The end. That's your new God law now. You fall and worship it because that's the word that was stemmed out from my mouth pronounced. It's nothing higher in this fucking universe. You're really not getting it. And I'm saying me, I'm special. I'm saying every man speaks. It is regarded. But the same thing for the woman. Every woman speaks or expresses herself with the harmonious integrations. Everyone around you is also fully harmonizing with you. Because when we all co-harmonize each other fully, we all regard each other fully, we all win together. It's a net. It's a net that is weaved within itself to integrate, to hold itself. You're the ones ruining it. All of you who act like this. Narcissists. This is Amalek, long story short. Not even so much a man-woman thing. Just narcissistic patterning is really the root of it, okay? It's taken hold within women the last couple decades or so at a 10 times higher rate of increase than with men. This is also extremely crazy. Why? Because it's a yang trait, and women are the ones who become more like men. Get it? But you took the worst aspect of it. You didn't take the divine masculine. Everybody agrees Yeah, women became empowered. What? By adopting male attributes. Okay, but when you did that, you didn't take because it's somewhere. It's in the frequency. It's in the program. It's like a meta curse over the whole planet. But when you did that, see, there's two attributes you have. We have higher exalted aspect of man, and you have the lower man. You took lower men. You took lower man's energy. You took man's lower energy and appended it onto yourself, and that became a mix. So you're ugly. You're basically Lilith on steroids. You would have hoped at least if you were going to do the thing, you would have done it, but it's because it's impossible. Fuck. You people are screwed. I go on to state here, the answer to your question about the food stamps is in the videos that you're supposed to be watching, so you'll find it there. Period. Continuing. The other issue also is that you say that it is important for you, the mom. It's important for me to know. Really? Excuse me? How is this so? I can prove that that statement by you isn't true. So already I'm offended because you tried to sell me something that isn't worth what the scribbled number in the corner of that thing is making it out to be. That's an offense. Karmically dead. Spiritually dead. Every toe out of line is another karmic murder. It's not murder, it's proper justice. It's execution by merit of God's law. Substantive law, the chassid. You must wake up. You will have to suffer. There's nothing else left if you don't repent. Keep saying it over and over. How much you want to bet that even after watching these videos it's going to be... I hope not. I hope it isn't. But may the question be posed, what do you think the odds are? Regardless of what ends up happening, people are angry at this. Me most of all. But nobody likes to see a woman who's this neglectful that the man that this affects is driven to this level. And again, fuck you, idiots. Continuing. I can prove to you as it goes on to you that this isn't true. See, the question of yours there, yeah, that comes only from anxiety and insecurity on your part. Because you want to know everything, which is what Eve wanted to do. That's why she ate from the true knowledge of good and evil. I have to know, so I'm better, because I get to know. So it makes me feel more secure. Man didn't have the impulse to eat it. That's why Satan the snake didn't go up to Adam, because he didn't have the insecurity about it. You go up to the one who has the insecurity and the vulnerability is there with that one. Everything makes sense when you analyze it correctly. I swear, I got it from my head, and it happens I actually wrote about it here too, which I forgot. Amazing. I can prove to you that this isn't true. This comes only from anxiety and insecurity and proof part. Yeah, exactly. I didn't even, as it goes on to say, rooted in Eve's sinful nature, which was what? Her desire to know. Literally, I'm quoting myself without realizing I was quoting myself. Oh my God. Because it comes from the same truth, the same source of truth. So it always is preserved pristinely. We continue. See, she thought it would be a good idea to eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, without any insight into what this will cost all of humanity. See, you, Barbara, are the same. You act like the scorpion from the Frog and the Scorpion story.
The Frog and the Scorpion is a cautionary tale about the danger of trusting those with known harmful tendencies. In the story, a scorpion asks a frog to carry him across a river. The frog...
Come on, email again. No problem. Let's just make up. Make reconciliation now. Let's do it again. No problem. Everything's fine this time. Promise you.
The frog is hesitant because he knows the scorpion's nature is to sting, but the scorpion convinces the frog that he won't because they would both drown. The frog agrees.
Oh, why would there be a problem, right? Conceivably, by rational thinking, yeah, why would she fuck it up? Everyone would suffer if she would, so therefore, why would she? So it doesn't make sense. So therefore, that's why we should trust her, right? Right? You think? We think, those of us who are good thinkers, think, it does make sense, I know.
Begins to swim across the river with the scorpion on his back. However, halfway across the river, the scorpion stings the frog, and they both begin to sink.
I trusted you. And I did it again.
The frog asks the scorpion why he stung him, and the scorpion simply replies, "It's just my nature." of the story is that we should be cautious of those with inherent qualities that may harm us, even if they promise otherwise.
That's it. You keep showing up as a scorpion. You keep acting, again, as was said, like that scorpion from the Fargo the Scorpion story, where it goes on furthermore to say, where you act without any comprehension of the cost. And even just that statement alone, I should have said so much more, but it's obvious from the story. It goes way beyond that. Proceeding and go on to tell her, consider this. If I told you I'm not currently on food stamps, right, because there can only be one of two answers to that question. Either yes, I am, or no, I'm not. Okay? Now, if I told you that I'm not currently on food stamps, then this would simply be a happenstance. I just happen not to be right now for whatever reason. Administrative problems, applying, I don't know, brain damage, other problems. Maybe I don't want to use up all, they only give you 5 years, and I don't want to use up all of them without some other safety net. Help. Okay? We continue. It goes on to state then. Now, but what's the other answer now? Let's consider next. If I weren't on food stamps, further saying, then of course this is because for this moment I wouldn't be able to be, naturally. I'm not because I'm not. What are you looking for? This is the insecurity of people. I don't know, but I want to know. But I want to control something about something. That's the thing that eats at you, that never ends. That's it. You don't ask God if he's on food stamps. You get it? And everyone around you is God. The minute you start living like this, that everybody walking around you is God in disguise, you start living life correctly for the first time ever. There's the trick. But the moment you act wrong to someone, you reveal that you can't be the one who's God in disguise, because God wouldn't do that, because that's ungodly behavior. So the minute you transgress first, everyone has the right to do much worse to you back, basically, or to wish upon you and to rebuke you extremely strongly. You have nothing. Reverting doesn't work. We'll program the AI. It'll be disseminated to all of humanity in 5 minutes. The new law will be complete. Everyone will see it. There's no escape. You can't fake anymore, because everyone will learn how to just point and go, nope, now you're just more guilty. It'll just be hung harder, cooked at the higher temperature at the public stakes. There's no way. How much you want to bet you're going to have the same fucking world outside that you have today? Impossible. You're going to have the same world that you have a million times better than we have even like in Dubai. Stretched across the whole fucking world. You're not getting manner of treatment of the human beacon of consciousness that's nested within the human flesh bag. The course of treatment that you extend is everything. And there exists nothing more at all of importance. Not money, not nothing, not your ego, and not anything else. That is the proper honoring of God. End of the story. As I continue to write, if I weren't on food stamps, then it is because for that moment I wouldn't be able to be. Further, I'm just not. But there need to be something else to happen. Maybe, see, regardless, you can't bend the universe. That's what mommy instinct is. It's sort of just trying to bend the universe. Where can I get away with it? Where can I get away with it? To bend the fabric of reality? Where? Please. Let me bend around, please. I want to feel secure. Continuing. But consider, if I told you instead that I am on food stamps, then this is actually sort of good news in a way, because this means I can already have my food costs subsidized somewhat. They don't cover nearly everything, especially if you eat like me, and I always eat organic and all that. And continuing, and then you are actually contributing much less already than you wouldn't have to otherwise be morally obligated surely to do so, if that fact of me receiving food stamps were to change. So you see, therefore, in neither of those two situations do you actually need to know. Just sit and smile. Now you're living life perfectly. Now God's blessing you for the first time ever, because you learned how to relax. Your only actual moral obligation or need is to dutifully administer what the brains and crown of the family is administering and calling for, which is not you. Continuing. That being said, the answer to your question is provided in the videos, as I indicated already before, so I'm just repeating myself. Moreover, that answer does nothing to change anything about any of what's going on now anyway. If I am, she still should provide whatever bit is necessary. If I'm not, then if I'm not, then hint, hint, it actually needs to be even more to cover enough that I'm not hungry like that. Continuing. Given this, how is it logical to try to manipulatively frame the matter as if to state or represent that it's important for you to know? It's not important for you to know. It doesn't work with man's mind. We're too advanced if you stop drinking the fluoride water. Those of you who are, you are done, actually. Women will walk all over you because you're fluoridated in your gland. Do it to yourself. Continue. All of this, then, by you, is just, as goes on to say here, control tactics. That's it. It's sickness. You want control, you want knowledge, you want dominion. All sickness. All sickness. Continuing, lastly, I asked you about two separate playlists or sets of videos. One of them, the first one I brought up to you, and it was about the same situation involving Anthony. That's the one where I got two witnesses to become involved with as well. This is the same one, as it goes on to say, that you will be done by next weekend if you spend all your time watching. That's what I want to know, because she said, I'll be done by next weekend. I said, okay, if you'll be done by anything next weekend, then presumably if you're doing things in order and you're turning your attention towards one of them and then the other, well, then if I ask you to turn your attention to the Anthony playlist, then at the very least, if you fall on your head and something's a lie again, or you at least have the Anthony one done by next weekend, right? Yeah, that's the cool. See if you get that? No, five times of that amount of time has gone by almost, just about. We still don't have the answer. She's not programmed to give you honor and respect. She is Lilith. She is Lilith. She is Satan. So Satan gets Satan. There's nothing else. And then the punishment from God at the end. Continuing, goes on to say, if so, then if you're going to watch it, then how are you going to watch the other playlist involving the matter that covers you, which is ostensibly dozens of hours of more unwatched content. Continuing, how is it possible for you to finish all that, both of those, in only 1 week, if you haven't made substantial progress on even just the first playlist that I mentioned, which is much shorter, such that it would have been naturally finished by now? Something's not adding up. What have you been doing for the past 3 or 4 weeks? Watching videos out of order, outside of the priority and direction and order of importance that I specified? I don't understand. Continuing, I'm not surprised though. You never listen. You just do whatever you want. And I don't know. Well, I didn't mean it. And everything that you do is just an unorganized mess. Point. Let us go see if she continues this. Keep your eyes peeled. We continue. It also doesn't look like you actually will be done with all videos on both playlists by next weekend at the rate at which you've been going. I'm almost willing to bet money. Spoiler alert, I was right. It's April now. Continuing, this leads me to the final point. I warned you in the previous email that you stood the risk of getting blocked again, now over email, if you continued to show significant disrespect or other offense or criticism, in essence, that is unmerited, especially by one in your position. Yet, here you are again. I'm going to repeat my warning with added certainty. This time, if you respond to me in a way that is unfit for me to digest the crap that would be coming from you, according to and given the context that we've been operating within, then I promise you that you are going to be blocked. You went through this whole thing before on the text line. Go ahead, try to be stupid enough to give me a disgraceful treatment once again, some kind of naggy mommy criticism once again, and you are going to be cut off. There is, in other words, know your contextually enforced frame without mommy blinding the context with your pathetic game. We don't want it. God rules. You continue. There's no forgiveness for sick or insane or recklessly careless, dumb-minded nonsense. You've been permitted purely for essentially administrative purposes to get to interact with me directly. Continuing, I made this mistake in September, October, over the text line as was covered earlier within this playlist, and it led to becoming so offensive that you had to get blocked. Now Anthony's once again out of this whole paradigm of ours. So you trying to get away with roughly similar discourtesies, again, they're not quite as bad, but it's just sort of starting to slowly wrap around the same approximate ballpark again now. I don't want it. I'm allergic to this already. All you do is make people allergic to this. Similar discourtesies, as on sale as well, similar inconsiderations, and essentially similar insults to me. Not quite as bad, I'll give her credit for that, but it's, you can see it's peeking around again. The same cat that attacked you and scratched your face, finally chased away, gets, and then you see it's peak, it's coming again, pouncing. It's the same addiction, because you're fucking just programmed like a zombie cat. Continuing, if you get blocked the second time, there will not be even a chance to reopen a third time. What does it take with these people? If you lose respect and humility again, but narcissists, remember, they don't understand. It's a completely different framework and neural wiring. It will always stun normal people. Forever, forever, forever. Get it? Fuck. If you lose respect and humility again, you're going to have 7 years or 20 years or a lifetime, I should have said lifetime problem of communication. You just are simply not going to get to ever speak with me again directly ever again without the atonement. Good luck trying to do it if you can't speak. You're going to have to hang yourself in front of my apartment door and I'll find your body. Oh, now she atoned. Good. You understand? Why do you keep making the same mistakes again? Your only role as a mother, or as any human being actually to anyone ever, is to dignify all other beacons of consciousness around you. But the minute you slip up, they owe you maybe one limited grace, and if you do it again, they owe nothing but to give you, to become Satan on you themselves. That's amen. That's amen. That's amen. Learn how to treat a king. You're all defective humans with your lowest, living for the lowest vibration, because Satan already lives in all of you. So learn how to treat a king. Apply this treatment to your own eldest male son and an eldest living male within your family line. Anything other than that, especially in a context where you're already in the wrong and you are in the failure and in the debt of guilt that is unrepented for, amazingly, stunningly, and unatoned for, this is the flaming, insane insult. I won't have it. Learn. Fucking hell. P.S. I strongly recommend that you do not consider making a response to this and to all the previous many emails containing many heretofore insufficiently addressed issues until after you've completed watching the videos and possibly after you've had a witness reach out to you. This is because you have some kind of conduct or treatment giving disorder where you cannot be trusted to preserve the dignity and peace and the stability of the situation without safeguards, boundaries, and controls. You are like a habitual thief who's left alone in the shop once again. You're just going to habitually steal because you can't help yourself, just like how you habitually steal from my dignity because you can't help it. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of writing long emails and making many videos that just do nothing to fix your dry, crusted over, petrified mind and brain. There's no hope for you if you cannot change. There's no hope for you if you cannot change. Stop insulting me and stop offending my dignity, or you will be forcibly stopped. But the only thing lower women's programming, but almost all women today are operating out of lower woman programming. So, within your own internal sliders, so to speak. The only thing lower women's programming knows is I have to see that for myself to believe it. Hell never ends. So get ready, men. It's gonna be the final reaping day. The Bible isn't kidding. The one who will be that final king will be the one who, it says, they'll be the glory of all the rest of the earth for 1,000 years because they're the first ones who finally just stopped regarding what women are pulling for. And that saves everybody. And finally, it's like, we'll kill all you women now. Oh, now we'll be good. And everyone is finally happy forever. Because they needed to feel that you're willing to kill them without regard. Then they become your slaves again, successfully, fully, but while loving it. That's called inducing the same Stockholm syndrome that God himself programmed into all women. But they won't feel unless they're actually feeling the resistance of the bounds. All women. Worse than Islam. No, worse, quote unquote, as a figure of language, but really better. To a higher level than what Islam is able to pull off today. I mean, you idiot men don't know how well you can have it, but women will be thanking God every day while they're in this. Because they'll say, I couldn't control myself or help myself. You are my controller. But I love it. I don't know why. I just love it. I know you will bring the knife today, and all of society will say, that's not a crime, that's good. Any of us can kill you at any time we want forever. It's like, yes, I love you so much, Danny, Billy, Bobby, Stevie. Oh, magic. The same magic that makes life paradise forever. The best Moshiach 1,000 years dream you've ever heard of in your lives. The thing that women won't. They're like, I can't tell you that. You just have to read my mind and force me into it. Get it? Now, does this explain the narcissistic capacity of women? What else is done? How else do you keep it in check? They told you Lilith would be, Mashiach would kill Lilith. As the first one will finally kill Lilith. How to kill Lilith? All of humanity just turns on you, goes, we're not fucking around now, and we're changing the structures of the laws, in fact. That's why they call them the lawless one. All law gone, and then reformatted to a different structure from a substantive essence. It's not in form anymore, but a different substantive crux. It's like, wait, I can't call a magic number. 911. See that tool? It won't work. It's just like, oh, like all of reality puts me in my place. There is no hope. Then you go, oh, thank God. Now I can relax because I'm secure again. See the irony? Now you're secure because now it's effortless. Now you have the decision made for you. So now it's just a matter of relaxing. But now that you're relaxed, all a woman ever wants is to feel secure. The irony is this framework makes her feel the most possibly secure you can ever imagine. So she loves you. And it's not even you she loves. It is you, but all of the matrix is represented through whoever she's dealing with. But really, all of life is wonderful. I just don't have to even think about it. It's just, you're always feeling great. The things that, that's it. It doesn't matter anymore. And Moshiach is outside the framework, the societal framework of, oh, did he say that? Oh, it's offensive. No. Good luck. It won't work. The new age is coming now. Amen. Anyways, it goes on to state here, stop offending my dignity, you'll be forcibly stopped. Of course, so, but she has to learn it out. So the only lesson is for men. Now men become the problem equation. Men, are you strong enough to enforce, or whichever one is going to be the weak one is going to kill it for all of us. That's why today they say, oh, you simps, don't be simps. Yeah. Why does that happen? Exactly. Learn who God is. Woman is not your God. They convinced you to make it in a way that conveniences her. And if she doesn't thank you in the end, she loses respect for you more. They're less happy with life and all of men together in the aggregate because you gave them more. Figure it out. Continuing. Back to the email with what I'm telling my mom. I simply said at the end, watch the videos, then we will talk after that. You need a break. The end. Now, after something so emotionally intense, you think you would have that broken down woman, oh my God, because she's human, right? But she's not human. She literally is Lilith-Satan incarnated. You can have something else. Let's see what we get as a response. So this was written, just scrolling up here to see that this was written on February 24th. She doesn't write anything at all. So you think that there would be say, oh my God, I'm really just so sorry and I want it. No, none of that. So the offense is already there for that. But the only reason it's somewhat excusable is that I covered her pre-knowing that she'd be stupid. I pre-covered by saying, look, just don't write anything. So that when she actually doesn't write anything, which would be incorrect, it could be covered by the fact that I told her to do it. So you have to cover for her preemptively. So there's layers of mind. You don't understand this. It's all about managing dignity impact. It's really like, think about it, okay? Right, so she doesn't write for 8 or 9 days. Then here she does nothing for 8 or 9 days. But then let's take a look now at what she writes 8 or 9 days later. It's going to blow your mind. Yeah, what? You mean she dares to blow your mind even after all this? Yeah, I told you, women are women. You have to see it to believe it. We continue. Barbara Winslow writes on March 5th. Let's see, what does she write? Finally, look, I'm so sorry. No, it's, hi, could you please send me all the videos? Hey, everybody, we reviewed these emails. The links were in the earlier emails. You know what this tells us now in hindsight? It's like, oh my God, this woman really doesn't respect anybody, let alone her own son. Wow, it's like flaming. It's like you think all the capital letters would do something. Ha, capitals. Another word. We have ice cold veins. This is not blood, it's mercury. Hi, could you please send me all the videos about Anthony and the latest ones that you've produced, which I didn't get? Okay, she got them because obviously they're linked. But see, this is how woman entraps you again. This is the spider web being built again. Just like, I don't know how to apologize. I just know how to like put you back into me yelling at you so that you take my orders again. That's lower woman's addiction frame. You have to leave it by reframing. Correct. Now you're in alignment with God. Otherwise, you're not in alignment with God. You're in alignment with the devil. You need to get it. Purge yourselves. God. So this is another offense. But it's offense that it's masked because her instinct is I have to offend, but I have to be able to get away with it. So it's genius because of all offenses conceivable. Anything else would have garnered her the block that I promised. But this one is offense wrapped up in, it's offense, but you have to bow to me and oblige to the thing I'm asking. Because all they're addicted to, I'll say nothing for 9 days. Then 9 days later is when I'll notice that I don't have the video links. Oh no, but they are there in the previous emails, so I'm also going to signal to you that I don't even care to exert enough energy to go look through the emails that you wrote to me a month prior, which would have taken maybe 30 extra seconds to just go to open the previous email and scroll down for 3 seconds to find the link. I'm too lazy, so I'll signal to him that I don't give a fuck, and I'm too lazy, but just saying, oh, I don't have it, just send it to me again. I'm too lazy to like remember which one it was that you sent it to me. Okay, so offense never ends. Who's the weak one here? Now I see it's me because I didn't actually block her to death. 20-year block. No, it's all about domination frames. I don't care that you are shaming me properly. It is a proper angle from God's mind that it is a real shaming. No, but see, we need witnesses now. It's like, no, John's right. Lady, we are all going to hate you forever on planet Earth if you keep this up. Oh, I told you, everybody. Sickos respond to witnesses, not to the one they're abusing. Witnesses help. Witnesses help. We continue. Yet it's done so savvily that it's like, I have to just be like, yes, stupid. Here are the links again that I already sent you. Now you better be watching them. So then there is no excuse after that. And then let's see. Oh, whoops. Another few weeks. Doesn't matter. She still blew by the time. And then hold on. I don't want to spoil it. It gets even worse than that. Barbara, I hope you're seeing this. So you could really fucking see from the receptive end how it is that what you do to me. And that you love this. Let everybody see that this is how you feel comfortable living life and treating your children. You deserve everything you've gotten. Send me all the videos. I didn't get it. I have to make sure I see all of them. Thank you, appreciate it. See, it's veiled in like this is nice. This is nice because it's a sickness. It's the substantive, complete disrespect veiled in what? I said only this. It's staging the woman's addiction forever since the beginning. I didn't do anything wrong. It never ends. Apologize. Never. Like it has to be exposed so far that it's scraping your eyeballs to death. Everyone will die if you don't act perfectly. That's the ultimate God karma sentence on all of humanity. Continue. Okay. So first of all, this is already flamingly insulting. Now, if you are a woman stupid enough to be in that position, having done all that, and then you get this from the son, you get this. This is what I sent her. All I sent her was 2 words in this email. Note the attachments. Huh, yeah, 2 attachments. Let's see. Open one of them. Okay, that's showing a hyperlink in the middle. It's a picture. I can't click on it. Right, so it still makes me do the work, right? Oh, but I remember this. If that is assuming she's not Alzheimer's fully already. But if it is, you have to admit you're Alzheimer's. Or it has to be formally, you have to submit to recognizing you're fucking completely broken down. You can't pretend I don't have Alzheimer's, I'm fine. Then you're liable. Oh, fine, great. Then you're guilty for everything. Then we become your punishers. Either confess that you don't know what the fuck you're doing, or whatever. Okay, here's a hyperlink. I have no idea how much it is to suppress anger with this fucking word. You have no idea. It's stunning for me to even watch all this in review. It's like, what the fuck am I even doing? How is this even still happening? What the fuck is this? Because you sickos do this to people. You don't care. This is your nature, demons and scorpions. I sent her. So if you're a normal woman with an ounce of empathy, you go, oh my God, I asked him and it already had the link. I shouldn't be daring to fucking signal to him that I'm too lazy to even give a shit to even check that he already said. He did send it to me. Fuck, I'm so embarrassed. It should be embarrassment hitting her stomach. Like as if someone kicked you. Oh, John, I'm so sorry. I can't believe it's been 9 days. The shame will drive me to commit suicide. What happened? Just as if it's nothing. You do this. You do that. Hurt yourself. Every curse will befall you. I sent her a second attachment too. Let's see. Oh, there's another link. Of course. Those are the 2 links to the 2 playlists. Anthony playlist, Barbara playlist. But of course, you can't click on it. You have to just see as a picture that it was there, and then you have to realize you're so stupid. Your job is to run with atonement-seeking desires. I wish to show what a good slave I am. I deserve this probation. Crush me, crush me. That's the only thing that will redeem you. That's what I sent. Okay. No direct response to this. Funny, because that's the answer right there. So this is sort of to see if she's sane or still possibly insane, which is then slightly different considerations have to be made. Now I begin to think you must have brain damage. Actually, I don't know. Let's go see. Of course, I wrote this alongside in a different thread here. Hi. Let's take a close look. I'm a little confused. You just wrote to me within a separate email that came through today on March 5th that you would like the playlist links because you apparently believe you haven't received them. Recall in the other email I sent images showing that she did receive them. Whatever the hell I wrote after this, and I'll read through it, but the only thing that should come back from her is, oh my God, I am so sorry. It's called feeling bad for when you bring indignation to other people that they become mad at you. That's when narcissists don't care. What is narcissism? Psychopathy, cluster B, all interrelated. Resuming this. where we left off. I go on furthermore there around to state to her. What is alarming is that, as shown clearly within this forwarded email to you, which contains both links, that one that was featured earlier, you gave me your word, as a side note, as we all recall now, right? Resumes, gave me your word, I wanted to tell her, about several weeks ago, that you were going to watch these videos and that you're going to finish them within about a couple weeks worth of time or something like this. Now you reach out to me several weeks later, which by the way, as of the time of this recording, is a month ago now, from now. To essentially, as it goes on to state, or implicitly indicate or show to me that you haven't watched anything of what was said to you that you said you were going to watch. What have you been doing every single day of the last 40 plus days? She even wrote to me some recently, said that she doesn't even work anymore and she's sitting at home all day every day. Resuming. This is why you literally couldn't design a family worse than this. She lives fucking above me in the apartment above my fucking head. I hear their footsteps. From a year and a half. Irreconciled and estranged from your own son. God. Everyone listening to this is throwing up. Not because of me. It's just horrifying that this has had this effect on any human being. I'm just the one that happens to have been set upon. It's not completely unnatural for someone to react like this, given all of this shit that's happened, this abuse. Indignation, you see. What have you been doing every single day for the last 40 days, right? So again, more shaming, which is correct shaming. So let's reteach all of womankind what the rule is all along. It's always been the rule, you just forgot it, but you have to know it. God always imposes it, you must follow it. If you're shamed for valid reason, it is supposed to hurt you. Now the thing to do is to develop the callus and then be superwoman in your mind. You're dead now already, karmically, spiritually from that. You're sick. It's opposite of what you think it is. All wrong. Resensitized to life. Like I was saying in one of my other videos. They may not have been posted already. I posted this one already, I think. I'm not sure. I've got all these portions that I have that recorded, not yet posted. All backwards. God. Everybody take research chemicals, figure it out, upregulate your kappa B, everybody becomes God. You win. No, you can't figure that out. It's karmically designed for you to suffer. Continuing. I go on here to state to her. Yeah. This is why literally every single time or instance of dealing with you, me dealing with you, ends up being, in essence, as it goes on to say, some offense of yours that is generated and given onto me by you. I'm tired of it. This is why you have no healthy family relationships with your own only child. You are extremely, extremely careless. Who the hell could disagree? I continue. You should be ashamed of yourself. Both of the links are within the email sent to you before, which I showed already, the attached pictures, which I've here just forwarded to you again. Oh, no. Wait, it gets even better, guys. Hold on. Oh, did I actually forwarded it? Yeah, I actually forwarded the email. The links are there. They are. It's embedded. This is a live link. I just literally did the work for her. We all remember this one. We read through it. Okay, and then we continue on. There's the other one. Right, this one's getting forwarded. We did this one from a while ago. Yeah. this was the email from January 30th. Yep. Okay. Just check it. So that took how much? 30 seconds? Okay, 30 seconds of work for her to sort through the attached email. She would get it. Okay. She's only been doing computer-based emailing for 20 plus years. She's not a new person at this. Okay, we continue. Both of the links are within the email sent you. So I sent pictures attached as shown, and then I did the favor of forwarding it to her because I said maybe she really is retarded. So I'll just forward it because she's clearly retarded. Okay, here it is. Now we know it's forwarded. Everybody could agree. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's proceed. So I told her, you can continue to scroll down into the forwarded email to find both places that both links are. Bravo. I just said it. Okay, so my shit's complete. There's no way you can figure out a way for your Barbara Winslow to make more indignation to your son again, because God is literally going, going thunderbolts and lightning on your head. That doesn't scare you enough? No, she's like the Russians watching the comets. They just, nothing. So they're dead. Resensitize to live. Don't desensitize. You go in the opposite direction. It's wrong. Don't become more cold and callous. You have to aliven to be alive. Very easy. We continue. And men have to make it more difficult for them to fail to do so, not less difficult. That's the ultimate. See, there it is. That's the ultimate wisdom. The ultimate. That's why I say nice guys finish last. You're not getting it. The ultimate wisdom. Moshiach is going to bring the ultimate wisdom. It's going to be the line, the first rule of life. It's like you're born, here's the rule list. Everyone gets it. Handed to you from the Moshiach office. All of life will be centered around this. The whole world will be rejuvenated. Oh my God. You can pray for it. People have been in their own ways asking the universe, in essence, for better relationships between each other and all of us in the aggregate and in the meta. Yeah? Now resuming this email. You will note from the surrounding information that for the Anthony videos, each link to the next video for that thing is contained within the pinned comment of each video. See? The chains through. Okay. Easy. So easy. Okay, great. She writes back. Let's see if we can make sense of this email, because it doesn't seem to make sense. She writes, I did a lot of Anthony's reading before. Okay. Is it full stop? Yeah. What? What reading? That doesn't make sense. She's there to watch videos, not to do readings. Want to go over it, she adds, since there is so much stuff there. So much stuff where? But then she says, but now as for the stuff that Bruce produced this year, hold on. All the stuff within the Anthony playlist, which I said is the first thing, chiefly, is done this year. So this is two sides out of her mouth. She said, I did Anthony's readings before, which first of all is not even relevant to touch upon the thing. Already is mind nonsense, vomit garbage, brain confused again. Want to go over it, so much stuff there. No, nothing's anywhere except the 4 videos I did. They're all recent. What did she say? Hold on, wait. All right, I just forwarded that, and then I said I forwarded. Okay. But nevertheless, even though I just forwarded it, she says, I need the videos which you produced this year. Could you send it to me? Facepalm, facepalm, facepalm. I just said that I did. I just said that I did. I just said. So it never ends. So now we're masking the disrespect as retardation. So what does a man do? This is woman's instinct. It never ends. Someone has to approach it. Lady, are you sick? We really think either you're sick or you're evil. It has to be one of those two. It's not neither. We're ruling out that it's neither. You have to be ill or sick or mental or evil. We have to corner you finally to get you on one of those. Okay? Just like that CM Punk and Ryback cartoon-based thing on the... Either you're stupid and you suck, or you're doing this on purpose. From some fiber of your mind that, like, I ain't gonna do it this way, because you're sick, because you're evil. So I don't know. This is absolutely nuts. At some point, they only learn from the suffering. I wrote that to her earlier. But it doesn't matter that I wrote that to her. She still dreams to pull this crap off here. This was written a month ago. Oh my god. Now, I'm going to review what I wrote. Let's judge this. Now I'm going to criticize myself on potentially being too easy and too soft. And if I do this and then she ends up later continuing to be more offensive despite the opportunity here, this was pearls before swine. And then I'm the only guilty one. Because I invited it, because I keep being too soft. Remember, nice guys, right? Puh! Never again. I'm not even a really nice guy. I'm kind. I used to be nice guy maybe 12 years ago. And I learned, I stopped being nice, but I learned how to be kind. And that's the better one. But I'm not even going to be kind here, because kindness you can exhaust too. And you kill that by being not unkind yourself. Hey everybody, is Barbara kind or unkind to me? Right. You continue. I said to her in response, I might be, for the first time, I might be somewhat significantly self-critical here, because I'm like telling myself already, my god, I should have just blocked her here. But this is how they get you. They try to trap you like, oh, I don't know. And then you send it, then they pretend they don't understand anything. If you don't know how to read English, shoot yourself. If you have Alzheimer's, get properly identified as having Alzheimer's. What the hell's going on? We continue. I wrote to her. This should be fascinating to me. I don't even remember exactly what I wrote. Well, let's see. I sent you the links before. And then I just forwarded you the same email within which the original links have been contained that I wrote to you earlier. Or forwarded to you earlier. You told me afterwards that you'd watch these videos, where I told you again today that the links to those same videos are in those emails. Look at the attachments too. It crisscrosses multiple ways into the answer that should be obvious. And then, yet, you are writing to me once again, asking me about the. So can anyone step in my shoes and finally get it and be like, oh my god, like, I am sorry for you, bro. No one has told me this ever for this. But look. But literally fucking look. It never ends. I'm on a treadmill my whole life. That's why no wonder we can't get anywhere. Because it's karmic. Because you sign up karmically before birth to get just crushed because it's supposed to be serving God in some abstract. Oh, we know why now, but regardless. Nevertheless, you have to pay the King David price. Resuming here. Yet you are once again asking about the links, writing to me about this. Okay. So what did I do? I probably went to the, are you maybe Alzheimer's? So we're going to like possibly write it off or give half a chance to that before fully placing the consequences, which are almost just about overdue. I don't even know how it's a month later still and she's not blocked because we have no results yet. We're going to, now we're more closely scrutinizing this in hindsight. Let's see. I continue on to state to her, this here, what you're doing, this is what gives people the impression that your level of awareness and competence verging upon the general realm of where Grandpa Alzheimer's, my grandfather, was. Just you being on that same axis too now to some substantial degree. If this is the case, then I don't know what else to say about this. Regardless, proceeding to make it extremely clear once again, and even more so, I will put the links to the same videos here once again. But again, this is just some kind of way that mommy's trying to dominate you again. Who the fuck does this? Who the fuck does this? This is psychopathic. Oh, I apologize. And what is psychopathic? What is cluster B? What is narcissistic? I asked the question before, but then I just cut over it. I didn't find it. Here it is. Watch.
I have to ask, because I have watched a lot of your stuff in the past. I remember you speaking very distinctly on this, that, for instance, when two men are communicating with each other, there is an underlying threat of force that kind of puts on the guardrails those particular social interactions. For instance,
Yeah,
I
the
could
threat
go to
of force is don't be psychopathic.
What is it? How broader is psychopathic here? Are we defining?
Well, I can define it. I mean,
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Well, a psychopath will gain short-term advantage at the cost of long-term relationship.
With this definition of psychopathy, does
It's
that mean
the
like,
definition of psychopathy. It's not it's not mine. That's the core of psychopathy. Well, I can define it. I mean,
sure, yeah, go for it.
Well, a psychopath will gain short-term advantage at the cost of long-term relationship.
I mean, who the hell was that describing? You fucking figure it already? Unbelievable. I continue to write to her. To note, by the way, noteworthy, I bet, you provided no explanation or apology as to why or how it is that you elapsed several weeks worth of time without having watched these, where originally you left a different impression as to what would be happening. Remember? Oh, I will show you respect. This in itself, as it goes on to state, is another offense for inconsideration. Once again, now she's been told she's guilty of something else. Let's see, well, by instinct, do we see a regret, remorse, apology? I told her that if she's guilty again of offense and it's substantial, in essence, if she's guilty of an offense again is substantial and it's unrepented and we're having the same kind of problems again, more new repeat problems, has to get blocked. Let's track this. It gets interesting. I continue to say to her, this is why you have even more progressively growing difficulties. Why? Because of zero accountability, zero taking responsibility. I send this to her, and obviously a normal human being is expecting, I'm sorry, oh my god, fuck, what the hell am I doing? Why am I like this? It's called looking in the mirror. I give her the links, I do my part. I say again, I repeat again, please ensure to watch all of these in the correct order. I recommend you watch the Anthony ones first, then when you're done, reach out. See, another thing, you reach out to me, tell me that you have, and that whether you think I'm right or wrong on that issue. And then after that, I recommend that you then resume watching the whole remainder of the playlist of the Rebuke of Barbara Winslow playlist, the portion that she hadn't watched yet. Because remember, magically around September, October, she says, I don't want to watch anymore. Psychopath, narcissist. Short-term gain, whatever she thinks she's gaining from that in the short term, at the cost of long-term relationship quality with the person, with the human being that's there in front of you that you're having the issue with now because of your selfishness. Cluster B disorder. Flaming the obvious. As I was writing, I recommend that on and on from where you last left off, as it continues to state, that is, until you have finally finished. Then, as it goes on to say, at this time it will be sensible to resume further discussion or to consider following steps. But it doesn't mean be a dumbass. Here, I already told her, look, earlier, this is another offense. You're guilty of this from earlier. You're also guilty. Just, it never ends. Okay, so you think you're going to get a human being's response, right? Because at every juncture, it's like, now you're going to be waking up, right? Oh, no, how about now? Now, right? Now, right? No. It's always mind-blowing. It's always mind-blowing. I wrote to her after that. I shared these links already. More mind-blowing, of course. Continuing. If you fall silent for another 6 weeks on the matter, funny. It's almost literally 6 weeks. It's like 4 or 5 weeks after this. Oh my god. Yeah. If you fall silent for 6 weeks on the matter again, and then reemerge later in the spring or summer, suddenly ask for these links again, or some other problem, basically, thereby signaling you basically haven't watched anything, I'm not going to be dealing with you directly, because this is insane. Jay. Her email comes up. Yeah, she wrote something back. Oh my God, this is he. Oh, surprise, guys! I got you. Finally, she decided. She realized she was. She. No, okay, thank you. That's it. Okay, thank you. End of chain. Because he can't even reply to this. It's more offensive. That there is the offense. Watch. I can zoom in on these words. This is worth death. Karmically, spiritually speaking. Okay, thank you to what was written is not honoring. This is a fucking joke. You're not a human being anymore. You don't belong on this earth because you stopped being human a long time ago, if she even ever was. Just masquerade. We're going to wear out every last corner because women have to wear out in every last corner. We continue. Let's see. We just we're going down to the final thread. Several days pass. It skips to being March 22nd. She didn't write anything afterwards, mind-blowingly. So I'm just waiting for it. We're waiting on her, right? It's all gonna end. Fucking idiots. She could. I write to her. I say I'm writing to know that the person on how it should be done reviewing the entirety of the playlist soon, etc., etc. Highly advisable that you fulfill the promise that you finish watching everything you're supposed to. Oh, she said she's gonna do it within about a week or so, right? Even give it 2. Okay, well, it's almost that much time that's passed. I still hear nothing from her. Yeah? Uh-oh, already concerning. Well, we're just going to check in. See, you got to be responsible when the other party's not honorable. You have to stay honorable. To the end. That's how God rewards you at the end. Continue. We're going to the Anthony Orient playlist, which is only about 1/6 the total size, or less, of the other huge Barbara playlist, which also essentially indicated that you would watch. I haven't heard anything about either of these. It's been 8 weeks or more in total since you've been initially notified about it. It's like it's my like it when I read it back, it really blows my mind even more than the first time when you're in it, you're kind of too in it to realize the context. Now I'm reading through, I was like, what am I, stupid? I should have just run up to her with a hatchet and cut her head off there, but I can't really literally do that. But she has who's left to punish her? Who's left to punish her? God is only God. That's why you curse them. We're going to clarify some things in the coming age, that's for sure. We continue. I go on to her to state to her, please let me know once you're finished with these. I have to even say this again. We continue. It is in regards to the subject matters raised within the Rebuke of Barbara Winslow playlist that the person who was hired, her name's Fallon, mother of 4, may likely be looking to address you directly. We got to work out, so I'm waiting to get to speak to her about this, to decide how officially we should expect that we finalize the whole matter, right? Continue. We're going to address you directly about it in one manner or another. Continue. It's also the case that the funds promised are $350. That's it. She's the one liable because you're the one who starts the problem. So you literally have to pay for any aspect of what it took to get you to get cornered about how wrong you are. That's obvious. Super obvious. All she right. And I'm working on it. Borderline flamingly offensive, but borderline, yeah. Just let it pass again, right? So she writes a few days later, watch this. Interesting. Hi, how are you? 7 days ago from the time of this recording now. Okay. That was on the 26th of March. Hi, how are you? Do you think we could meet this week at your convenience, or do you prefer to wait for the lady? Okay, so already flaming insult. Why? Did I not write earlier? It is impossible to meet if she hasn't done all the things necessary. Did the AI review this in previous videos, or AI cover this? Yes. Did the AI call Barbara out? It's like repeating the repeats of the repeat again and again and again and again and again and again and again. So again, is this an honoring or is this an insult? Oh, but in her head, she reframes it. It's like, oh, this is great. I'm good to ask my son if he wants to meet. That's good, right? No, it's not good within context. This is another flaming insult bomb. So watch. That's a flaming insult bomb. That's a flaming insult bomb. because you should know better. Okay? I responded to that email of hers. Simply asking, okay, have you finished watching both the entirety of the Anthony playlist containing the 4 videos and all the videos with the rebuke of Barbara Winslow? 7 days ago. We'll be done with everything this week. The promise was extended. Wow. So despite all the mind-blowing bombs, here it is, another promise. Okay, but if she were to fail on that promise, that'd be another bomb. And mind you, that bomb would be so substantial because it's a repeat crossing of the same thing that she already did, where she made the same mistake before many times. It's chains of repeat mistakes. It's like, oh God. All I could figure to write is, okay, you have a terrible track record of breaking your word, your representations, or promises when you say something to me to assure me of anything. Duh. Multiple times in relatively recent periods of time, you have again done similar things, where you said one thing, or assured that something would be done or completed, and then, as the farthest thing from the truth in terms of what ends up happening. If you break your word once, hold on, did I tell her weeks prior that if she did one more thing that she was going to get blocked? She read it, she didn't protest or object to it, but she kept acting insulting in ways that what? I still overlooked it even though I promised I was going to block her, because she slides little ones. It's like, oh, but it's so tiny, you're really going to get me just for that little thing? Are you gonna? And then they test you again, It's all in the programming. So this is another test. Imagine if she were to dare to come out here and say, oh, I'll be done with everything this week, and then a week goes by and she not only, this would have a curse, the curse would be complete at that point. If she didn't, 7 days were to go by, 7 days ago this was said. So I know, guys, if she actually did this, she kept the word or not. Guess what? I won't spoil the surprise. This is how ugly this human being is. But if she were to imagine it, that she, within 72 hours probably at most, after the 7-day period would elapse within the week where she promised she would do it, if she also ends up letting another, I'd say 72 hours max go by, where she then fails to even on her own willingly come up and say, look, oh hey, that's full responsibility, right? Full accountability. Look, hey, I just want to reach out to let you know, I told you I was going to be done, but I completely didn't finish, but I'm sorry. Okay, look, I'm here. This is how far along I am. I can see based on what's there, this is how much time I have left. I'm letting you know. I'm sorry. I love you. Blah, blah, blah. You see any of that? Nothing. I'm going to let we're now within the 72-hour period. If full 72-hour period elapses and 7 days turns into 10 days, and there's still nothing, and so not only the offense that she lapses this, on top of every other offense that's been chained, it's like skipping rocks. I'm going to have, that's it. I think I know what I have to do. I thought about this before I started recording this session. It's starting to occur to me what I have to do. This is God's testing me. He's like, are you really going to let your mom abuse you? Or are you going to finally teach her, cast her to hell completely? God's teaching me you have to sacrifice your mother spiritually. Because she keeps showing you, I'm not worth anything, I'm shit, the devil, I'm not mom, I'm the devil, basically. You're going to take that? You're going to take that? And God said, I'm training you, John. The answer is no. You can only be the highest thing you're meant to be once you show and model for the world. You will cut off even your own parents, because it's the new final teaching for the whole Messiah kingdom. Previous Messiah, Jesus, was saying the same thing. Why do you think he's saying? Because the same Messiah mantle is encoding all of us. And that everyone has a fragment of the Messiah spirit, which is also known within the tradition. So it resonates to different degrees for all of us. And then eventually everyone becomes a full Messiah. We all become clones. And we're like all in perfect heaven. On earth. Not in heaven. On earth. Amen. All of that will be stopped if the one first person can't do the thing and do what? Finally teach the world that what? Bad mothers get sacrificed on the altar of everyone. It's all done. Nothing. You've shown that you're worth nothing. So she has to actually fail the test first, which is she loves to show, yes, I failed the test. Yes, I'm worth nothing. Yes, I'm a piece of shit woman. She has to show it over and over. Okay. We see. I tell her here. Imagine what the whole root of all of this, millions of problems, is one root problem: lack of love. Lack of love. I didn't love my son. I'm missing that program from inside of me within the matrix encoding. It didn't encode me to love my children. That's it. One problem makes a million representations of problems are downstream from the one core root. One core root: I don't love. I don't love. One lack of love, one switch went wrong, from 1 0 got changed into a 1, the whole code is fucking thwarted. Oh my God. Does anyone could look over this? Does she look like she loves her son? Every woman would be looking at this, was a mother of kids would be like, wow, vomiting. Why is this woman doing all this? This is crazy. And look what you're making your son do. The craziness is crazy, but it's from you, lady. The fuck? We continue. I say to her, if you break your word here once again, you're going to have a much harder time being able to regain even a small portion of my trust. You've already ruined virtually the entirety of it. We will see what happens. And she signs the contract. There it is. I understand. I stand under the terms and in agreement. Okay? So therefore she understands, then to say you understand, and then to allow a default on the matter to again become manifest. Yeah, that was written 6 days ago. Going on 7 now, so that's the full week. It is the full week. We're on the Monday of the following week. The Easter Sunday was the prior day. We're Tuesday minutes now. Nothing. Okay. Let's say the end of the week was Sunday. By Monday morning, I should have heard something. I didn't. So I'm going to count 72 hours ahead. By Thursday, 8 a.m. I'm going to add the live update at Thursday after I wake up for the day of Thursday. If there's no email, the Barbara comes to her own sense of honor. I don't have to reach her. I'm not going to reach out to her to prompt her. That'd be doing the work for her. She doesn't merit this. Just to show. I have to show I realized I didn't fulfill my promise. So that's disrespectful, not respectful. So she thinks by not responding, she's trying to pose to me, sell me Satan garbage, or sell me, when I say I'll be done with it this week, then even if I'm not, I don't have to come to you and say anything about it. That's just fine. We just do No. God's saying, you're going to keep accepting that? You're going to finally cut her off so that you honor me. Honor me by putting down your mom. Honor me by... Don't honor her. She's not honorable anymore. She keeps showing you, I'm not honorable. I'm sick. I'm depraved. I'm Satan-like. I'm corrupt. Ultimate last final test. We're going to see. Right? I wrote back some to her on a separate line saying that she can't give as much money. I said, then I'll ask less. I'm never gonna want, if you don't have it for me, I don't want it from you. Fuck you. Leave me alone. Die. All of you evil shits can die, and I'll die too happily for God. Doesn't matter. Fuck you. My dignity reigns while material corrupts, spiritual rises. Fuck you. The world will burn. I'll do the best I can. I'm having difficulties. No one is helping me. Everything's frozen stuck for 1.5 years because my family's stupid. Get it? Now watch this. Sensibility and within context, let's see if this is normal or offensive. From 4 days ago. Hi. From Barbara. I'm more than happy to help you out with whatever you need. Please reach out for help. Yeah, I'll be your helper. I don't have to be sorry for the wrong shit, crazy shit I did to you. Just, I'll be your dominator while you reach out to me for your help so that I continue dominating you with help. Help, quote unquote. Plus, I'm never sorry to you. So So when you turn to me, it's as if you accept that I'm never going to be sorry to you. And I'm going to tell you in an email that that's what you should be doing. That's the frame here. Do you like it? Permakill, permakill. Die, die, die with burn, flame, kill. Fucking hell. You get what you do to people? And then he's going to be your helper. Get it? You sick, sick. I will help you out. I will always offer you services, but you did get turned down. See the frame job again? Oh, I'm so good. Now I'm going to do it again, even though he told me never to do it. How about now? Help you now. Let me offer you some things. Let me offer you things now. Let me offer you things. Accept the offers of Satan, in essence. See the sick of desire. This is another offense. So already she should have gotten blocked here because I told her already before. Doesn't matter. Either you're Alzheimer's or you're evil. Which one is it? One of those two is going to have to be invoked. But then the game's going to continue. Oh, I'm forgetful now. So it never ends till a woman gets crushed. Then you're dead, figuratively speaking. Continuing. Hate you. Puh. Fuck. Fucking die. Die, you fucking idiots. Hate you. For good fucking cause. See? More manipulation. All you need to do is accept. All you need to do is widen your asshole so I could come and fucking rape you with the fucking fat dildo. It's all they wanted. The maternal woman version of raping you is controlling your paradigms. That's it. And I explained this in previous videos. Rape to a man is failing to realize he's been your God since the beginning. Asians got it right in the traditional culture. They like didn't lose sight of it. They're like, woman bound to 3 men. Father when young, husband when old. Your own male kid when you're an older lady. Doesn't matter you're the mom. You're still his subordinate. In the West, we forgot that, which is a little weird. Because if I upregulate my GABA B, I can access the meta matrix encoding. I'm like, yeah, I see it. Woman is subject to her oldest son. And why are you white people so weird? What the fuck happened? You believe yourselves. Fuck. You're all I see how the world is sick. I see exactly what needs to be fixed about it. I see it's so clear. There's the final stages before it's finally going to really happen. Yeah, we need it. You all need it. We all need it. We're on the same boat together. Sick. You continue. So even though I told her we can't meet until, obviously, he's sick. No, it doesn't matter. She's going to walk all over you again. Would you like to meet or call each other to discuss some things and get help immediately? Remember, help is a metaphor. Get help immediately. Is this dignifying to the dignity of man? Any man in my position? No. This is, I want you to soften and be my thing that I exert upon, is her dream. Reverso, shoot yourselves. God crushes you. Fuck you. God says to me, make sure you always reject and resist it, in essence. For any man. I'll be teaching all the rest of the men on this earth this lesson too. Continuing. This will be good step in right direction. I'll be extremely happy to help you whatever needs to be done. The message is, I don't have to be sorry to you. I'm just going to, in fact, better take it sooner, because since I know I'm not sorry yet, the sooner you accept it, the sooner you're getting to show yourself how not in the, you're not going to go your way, it's going to be my way. I'm mommy God. Horror. That's the devil trying to become God. You see it? Sick. I always have your best interest in mind. When you flip the color from blue to pink, your whole scramble is on. But it's very important. I read this and I narrate it so you show, no. All man understands is I'm God and you worship me or you die. There's nothing else, figuratively speaking, but you understand. And the only thing that works, that the earth survives, is that you must be placed in that frame, because that's what's good for me and for you. There's nothing else to it. We continue. Because that's what love is. Love is what? Care. Care is what? Dignifying. Dignifying what? is dignifying according to one's nature. There's two types of natures. Yes, yin nature, yang nature. So which one you bear as the mantle is correct. Oh, but swapping nature and then carrying nature inversion is the offense in itself. So it's the deepest program root. We root that out. We have where AI, AI teaches you. I'll program AI. Everything works. It's hopeless. I see it all, and I see so much of it that I can verbalize. I see it all. It's so clear. GABA B upregulation makes life super clear. When I look at buildings, I don't see a facade. I see every brick stacked on top of each other. I'm like, I see all the bricks at the same time. What? Your mind can't handle that. No, mine can. Bingo. Everything becomes clear. Patterns, things, life. Get it. So, what's my response to this? Again, telling this. I should have blocked her by now, but I'm going to give her one tiny chance because she still has her outstanding promise. It's conceivably the case that she could still. No, the week has already elapsed. She broke that promise again, which is insane. So she should be blocked now. But I gave her 72 hours to self-realize that she's fucking up and then come back. She doesn't come back by Thursday. She'll be blocked. I'm gonna tell her she's blocked, and she'll have to deal with the person who's been brought in as a witness. Too fucking bad. She'll have to email that one and say, I can't speak to my son. He's blocked me by email. Now what? That'll be the first woman in this world to tell her, lady, it's been a long time coming. This is gonna be your coming to God fucking moment. Yeah, welcome to reality. I'm your messenger. You fucked up with your son. You've insulated your life so impressively over 20 years. You've basically had no one to tell you this, except for Anthony over emails, but nobody really in person. Hold on. Well, let me get you on the phone. Are you hi? Hello, hi. You fucked up. Oh, me? Oh, now Barbara's world is crashing down for the first time ever. Hearing other people go, oh shit. Oh, I thought that was goddess. The woman thinks she's God is when it all breaks down. Men thinking he's God is correct. Now everything works correctly. It's so fucking obvious. We continue. John writes to Barbara in response to that crap. In short, it is impossible for a self-respecting man to accept any such offered help from someone who has treated that person in the way that you have. Where such person also remains, as it goes on to say, lacking sufficient remorse and regret for having done those terrible things that were very clearly apparently wrong. Yes, they were. Even if that person is the man's own mother. Do you see the problem that you have? It is best that you focus on what you're supposed to be doing. It is not kindness to one in my position for you to insist or try to appear as if you want to be helpful when the undertone in greater context is that you are essentially unrepentant for your wrongdoings. Me accepting anything would be me signaling that I accept what you have done to me and that it is somehow just okay or fine. It isn't okay. You need to get it. There's no way around it. God says to me, yes, now you get it, my son. You're honoring me by enforcing morality by force. Yes. What does she do? The next woman action. But base woman, high woman is wonderful, but she's very rare. Nothing. This is the end of the thread. End of the thread. So basically, a default on this. I won't even bother to reply to this, which is insane. A week later, defaulted on this. So she's guilty of this too. So the many skipping rocks has chained many offenses after the wedding. I said you can be blocked. I'm going to put in the next recorded session here. Today is now early hours of 5 a.m. on Tuesday, April 2nd. I'm screaming all night. Windows open. If it becomes, I'm not going to say anything to her. I'm going to record here. Everyone's watching along. That's it. If he gets it Thursday and there's nothing, next level. Why? Because she consented. She accepted. She said, I understand. I'm deathly tired of this. But if we're doing the right thing, God says you're going to have life. In a kind of way I can't even imagine. There's the final steps, the final aspects of tests that I'm being put through. Mom's not gonna get better. She's gonna stay the same because she's corrupt by evil the same. You're not gonna be her exorcist. You're trying, John. You're trying. It's not working. No, the test. I'm hardening her heart on purpose, just like I hardened Pharaoh's heart. God says to me. Your job's to realize to stop being slave to a hardened Pharaoh who's already evil. I'm telling you he's evil. I'm zombifying Pharaoh. I'm zombifying Barbara Winslow too. You have to be willing to spiritually kill your mother. Then you will live. I put the template. I put King David's template. And you are for King David's footsteps. Only if you can manage to do what King David does. Get it. The final test will be shown Thursday morning, and Thursday we're going to tune in and examine what we have. But this is sick. So this is a whole thing, memorializing, documenting, capturing what it is to deal with a sick mother, and what it is for man of dignity to have to bear this. May every man copy this frame, become alive, learn what dignity is. Don't live for your happiness. That's sick. Don't live for control. That's kind of sick, but better if you're a guy than if you're a girl, if you're seeking for control. But it's still possible to give up both and then go for something that's gender neutral, dignity. And then it auto-allocates into the best thing. I did whole extensive AI videos about this on my channel featured. People just need to get it. Alright, this is fun. I'm feeling my heart, my spirit, I'm like, finally, yes, this is me going in the right direction now. There's a time to resist her, and in rebuke, rebuke's done for kindness. She's my mom, so I had to rebuke her and give it everything I got. Anybody who's not my mom would have gotten a less thing, and they would have been cut off worse long ago. This is for the mother. This is how you honor the mother. This is God's message to me. This is how you honor your mother. You honor her by giving her the longest chance of anyone you could conceivably consider. You give her the most, but not to be a doormat. Because I never designed man to become subordinate to evil. If your mother is allowed to become evil because of her own sins, you do not continue honoring her, because that dishonors God. I am your God. See, John, you're still eating offenses. You act like you're not eating offenses. You act like you're protesting. You're acting like you're rebuking it, but you're still here. You're still waiting for mommy. You're still waiting. You don't really get my crown until you cut her off completely and leave her to be fucking abandoned completely for the price, as the price that you will have to pay for doing what is wrong. How many thousands of emails are going to go back and forth? Give mommy another chance? No, John, you're not getting it, John. What do you mean, God? I'm getting witnesses. No, you're not getting it. You're still too nice. Still too nice. Be more ruthless, pussy boy. Throw them over the fucking rail sooner. You honor me this way. For we remember the 4-step rebuke process from Matthew 18. And I cite this portion a lot, but guess what? He goes on, Christ, and he describes, truly I tell you, whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. That's why you do the 4-step process, where it necessarily involves witnesses. Why is this part important? Why is this part step 2 of the 4-step process, a very vital step 2? Why do you need witnesses? Because I truly tell you that if 2 of you on earth agree about anything, that will be done for them by my Father who's in heaven. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them. You need witnesses to corroborate energetically, spiritually, the finding that something is wrong here. And yes, it's not just one person standing alone on an island. You need a witness, and then God's whole waterfall of water flow, windfall comes. Witnesses will save the whole world.